Now that we've had a little bit of the background, let's look at the website itself. As you can see, I'm accessing this from school, and so some of the stuff will be blocked. And when you first pull up the website at oyez.org, you'll see this comes up, and it has the latest stories from Oyez today. And there's a lot of valuable information that's very pertinent for everyday activities on this page. If we go to the far right, we can take a tour. I've preloaded some of these pages just to be sure, for the video's sake, that we didn't have a lot of downtime while we're waiting for stuff to load. So I've got them all down here. But the tour tab is up here in the corner. You can see that we have a beautiful representation of the outside of the Supreme Court. There's navigation menus on this side. There are also photographs. You can go to the detail of the portico. You can use your mouse to scroll in, scroll out. Down here in the right-hand corner, you can pan in different directions so that you can get a 360-degree view of what you would see from the front steps. As we go in to the Great Hall, we can choose which end we want to go to. If we go to the west end, again, you can zoom in, zoom out, pan right and left. The busts all have photographs, close-ups, as well as some information about these that is available through audio. We can go into the chambers, up the staircases. Turn my speakers on here. Zooming in, zooming out, moving further down the hall by pressing these menus, the pop-up menus. It's a great tour. You can go into the chambers for the judges and see photographs that they have inside their chambers. You can also zoom up onto artwork and things that are in the chambers. If the chambers have Chihuly art or any of those things, you can see that here on the tour. Another tab that you have at the top is the Justices tab, right here in the middle. When you pull up the Justices tab, you can see that there is a photograph of the sitting judges for the different courts, all the way back to the J courts. You can go, they've got them broken down. Every time there was a change in the justices, then they put it on here. And they tell the reason why it was formed, because John Jay resigned. In the Cases tab, you can see that it lists the cases. There's RSS feeds, podcasts, and iTunes for any of the cases that have been completed. I've pulled one case, the CompuCredit case. This one was started in '09 and it ended in October of 2011. It was decided. And you can press right here to get the oral arguments. And it loads quite quickly. And the interesting thing about this is as you listen to it, you can see that whoever is speaking, there is a still picture of their face on that website, so that you can get an idea of almost being there in the case. There aren't videos of this, but the audio is nice. You can hear it in the back. You can hear
the argument next in case 10-948, CompuCredit Corporation versus Greenwood. Mr. McConnell.
Mr. Chief Justice, and may it please the court. This court has consistently
and so then his face would come up.
Statutes that both create
so there's some great value for this website. I'm sure that you can find even more uses for it, but it certainly has value for government, for law, for history classes. Other classes might use it. A tour of the Supreme Court building might be valuable in the art or architecture courses. The forensics or language classes might use the arguments or the for persuasive writing. Technology and web design can certainly gain some valuable insight from this well-designed, beautifully executed multimedia website. I'm so glad that you joined us for this, this tutorial, and I hope that you use the site often.